I was like, I like that. Right? I went there, typed in the name, available. I was like, boom, Mango Financial Group.
I was expecting a nice,
I was
deep
with-
story.
yeah, with-
When I came here, I was like, there are two kind of jobs
Yeah.
I'm never gonna do. Number one, a job which wake up at 5, 6 in the morning, and the other one cleaning job. And that was my first job, to wake up at 6 o'clock to clean.
Hello and welcome to Arum Talks, where we talk about
Business, mindset, and stories.
stories and struggles of every person.
Because every human being has a story or is a story. And today we've got Shahmir Naqvi from Mango Financials.
Yes, he's the director and founder of Mango Financials, and today he will tell us how did he make this company and what went behind it. Hello, Shahmir.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Not bad. Thank you so much for inviting me.
No, thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming, Shahmir. It's
Shamir-
gonna be a good talk.
I know, I'm excited for Shahmir
Right.
because me and Shahmir, we have a similar background from film and
Yes.
media back in Pakistan.
Yes.
Shahmir, let's take it from there.
All right. So
How was your life? What were the things back at that time?
Post Mango Financials.
Post Mango. It's like, I came down to Australia in 2011.
Okay.
Right. So 2011. Before that, I spent 10 years in Pakistan.
Right.
Right. So that's where I started my career. Right. My career was all based. Started off my first job as an event manager, working with big FMCGs, and then moved on to advertising, right,
Okay.
which became my passion.
Right.
So fell in love with advertising. We then, being the situations back home, we decided to move.
Right.
So came down to Australia, and I thought, wow, going to Australia, working in bigger advertising firms, I've got the
Yeah.
experience, I've got the international exposure, right?
dreams.
The dream,
Everybody thinks,
right?
I'm gonna go there.
Yes,
I'm
right.
gonna get a job.
And I was watching that show, Mad Men, and I was like, this is me,
Yeah.
right? And this
Yeah.
is what I want to be.
Yeah.
So came down here, found out it's not easy, right?
It's another ball game.
Massive, right? Went down to a couple of advertising agencies.
Right.
They didn't accept my experience.
Right.
They were willing to give me a job, but it was all internship,
Right.
Okay.
but non-paid, right?
I know.
How much experience did you have? How much time did you work in Pakistan in the marketing space?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
Oh wow. So
Right.
you came here with family?
Yes, I came down with my better half and my 3-year-old son, right?
Oh wow.
Right, and then couldn't work on internship, right? It was a struggle. Australia is not easy, right? Right?
It's not easy to start over
Yeah,
again. From
it's not. It was very hard. I mean, eventually I had to start all over again.
And especially, when we are coming from, because talking from media background, we are used to certain kind of a lifestyle. We are
Yes.
used to certain kind of jobs.
Yes.
Or, like when I came here, I had my own production house. We have certain people working under us. And then
Yes.
you come here and you're like, you have to work here and you're like, nah, that's
Yeah.
not for me,
Yeah.
that
It happens, right? And it happened to me,
Yeah.
right? It came when I came down here. Then started looking for jobs, right?
Right.
So I was lucky. Within a week's time, I did find a job,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Just to get the ball rolling,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
obviously.
Had to feed the family and get
Yeah.
the bills paid. So first job here was working as a removalist, right? So which I never thought in my life I would do that,
I
right?
know.
So
It's a hit on our ego, right?
yeah,
There's a
yeah,
lot
it
of
was
things.
that, and because all that good lifestyle I had back coming down, but it was a job that I had to do,
Yeah.
right? And I
Yes.
was mentally prepared for it.
Right.
Coming down here, I knew that I'm not gonna go and get a 9 to 5, suited booted job.
But there's something that you're mentally prepared, but you're still not prepared.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
of course.
We were talking about this the other day as well. It was like, look, even me, I had a good lifestyle,
Yeah.
everything. When I came here, I was like, there are two kind of jobs
Yeah,
I'm never gonna do. Number one, a job on which I have to wake up at 5, 6 in the morning, and the other one cleaning job.
yeah,
And that was my first job, to wake up at 6 o'clock to clean.
yeah, yeah,
So I mean, I was ready that I have to do odd jobs.
yeah.
But you're never ready
but
to
you're
that
still
level.
never ready.
You're never ready, right? I had to, when I got my removalist job, within the 10 days after arrival, right, I had to wake up at 4 o'clock,
Yeah,
and go meet the truck driver somewhere in Dandenong or Frankston, It was hard. It was hard waking up. And I remember, with all the shopping that I did and all my good clothes when I got here, on the first day of job, I ripped one of them, right? and I was sad, and I was like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
know.
I was like, I shouldn't wear this clothes, right?
Yeah.
It was a tough job, right? So I did that for, say, 2 months, right?
Okay.
And the business that I was working for, God bless him, amazing human being, right? So he called me up,
Yeah.
I got my job over the phone. I didn't even meet him, right?
Okay.
So, and so he just randomly called me in the office one day. He's like, I haven't seen you. You're working for me, right? Why don't you come down to the office? And the
Right.
office was down in South Marang somewhere. So I went down to his office. We started talking,
Yeah.
and he was like, so what's your background, right?
Right.
What are you doing, right? And I was like, well, this is what I've been doing, right? And then he's like, are you studying here? I was like, no, my wife's studying, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, what have you done? I was like, I've done my master's. And then he's like, oh, hold on. I was like, he's like, you've done your master's,
Masters in Australia is a
Right.
big thing,
right? Doing your master's, and you're working as a removalist. It's like, well, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, you gotta
the-
do what you
it
gotta
is,
do.
And I was like, I've got no shame anymore, right? And
Yeah.
I have to do it.
Yeah.
You got to provide for the family,
100%.
Yeah.
all right? So, and then he said, well, from tomorrow, you're not going to work as a removalist, as a laborer. Come and start working in the office, right?
Oh.
It's like, you'll get paid less, but it will look good on your resume,
Right.
right? God bless him, right? He did a big favor for me,
That's good,
right?
man.
I know.
So, and he's like, I'm going to pay you less, right? It
Yes.
was $10 less, right? It was a hard choice, right? And
Of course.
so I came home to my wife, and I was like, see, this is
Yeah, this is what's going
this has
on.
been offered, right? We're gonna struggle more, right? I'm gonna get paid less, but I want that on my resume rather than putting a removalist on my resume.
Right.
I can put it as an office manager, right?
Right.
So I worked with that guy for almost 2 years.
Oh wow, that's a
Right.
long time.
2 years I worked with that guy. He supported me in every single way, right? Which is good. So the business didn't do well with him. Sadly, I had to move out, with him. And then I was jobless for, say, 4 months, right? 4 months sitting
couldn't
there.
find anything,
I couldn't find anything, right? Again, because I was so used to the office thing,
Yeah,
right?
you couldn't
and
go
then
back
I
now.
couldn't go back to odd jobs, right? And
So
then
you were looking for office job.
I was looking for office jobs, right?
Fair enough.
And see, because mentally, in my head, I was very focused, right?
Yeah.
I had friends around me who, driving taxis and everything,
Yeah.
right? I did that also. I went, got my license, did a course, but then I stopped myself, right? And I was
Yeah.
like, this is not what I want to do,
Right.
right?
Right.
And I remember telling my wife, we were driving in the city one day, and I said, see, one day I'll be working in one of these big buildings, right? And my in-laws were with me also, right? And they're like, yeah, inshallah,
Sure.
right? Yeah, why not,
That's
right?
so relatable, yeah.
Right? And I was like, I'll be working in one of the buildings, right? So started looking for jobs, and then I was just sitting randomly. There was a job from a brokerage company, right?
Right.
From a mortgage brokerage company.
Yeah, right? So it was a job based in Cranbourne.
Right.
So, and my father-in-law just arrived at that time, and he was an accountant by profession.
Right.
And I was like, I'll apply your job with him, right? Because they
Okay.
wanted something in finance, right?
Yeah.
And because I didn't know anything about finance,
Yeah.
being a marketing guy, finance was
Far
rocket science for
fetched.
me.
It's like a
Right?
different planet.
So
isn't it?
yeah, rocket science, right? Because
Yeah.
it was too hard for me,
100%.
right? So, and then my wife was like pushing me, no, you apply. I was like, I can't. They're not going to give me a job, right?
Yeah.
I haven't updated my CV in the last 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So, and then she nagged me so much about it, right? And then I just got pissed off and I just applied for the job, right? Applied for the job. 3 days later, I get a call from the mortgage broker, who was a Pakistani also, right? In
Okay.
Cranbourne. And he's like, I liked your resume. I was like, really? Right?
Now that was a cultural
Yeah,
shock.
that was a big shock for me. I was like, what did you like about it? Right?
Yeah.
And I was very casual. He's like, oh, no, with the experience. I was like, well, you want something for finance,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm marketing. What experience do you want? He's like, oh, no, you've got the customer service experience and everything.
Yeah.
He's like, do you want to join me? Right? And I
You'll
was
be
like,
oh,
I was like, yeah, why not? Right?
Why
I was
not?
like, and he's like, well, first 2 weeks are going to be unpaid training,
Right.
right? And I was like, fine. I was like, where do I have to come? He's like, Cranbourne. I was like, wow.
So where were you living at that time?
St. Albans,
Oh, far
right? Yeah, St. Albans, right? So 2 weeks of training, non-paid, me being jobless for the last 4 to 5 months, hardly having any money, I struggled going down to Cranbourne
I'm
every day,
sure.
right?
Oh my God.
I went there, you know, in first 10 days, and I told my wife, I was like, see, I'm not going to survive here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is not my passion. It's something that, you know, I don't know if I'm going to like it. And it was a big shock for me, right? Because it took me a while to understand. But I, you know, went there, you know, my wife motivated me a lot, and she said, I got to do it, right? It's about time, right?
Yeah.
Change your profession. If you're not getting a job, went there for 10 days, did the training. He offered me a full-time job,
Okay.
Okay.
right? It's like, I'm happy with what you do, you know, you're a fast learner. I was like, well, yeah, all right.
Whatever, yeah.
Right? I was
That's the first thought.
because I wanted to survive.
Yeah.
For me at that time, it was all about survival,
Survival, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It was not about what I want to do, what my passion is.
Yeah.
It was all about survival.
Because it's hard. Look, when you're alone, then it's
Right.
still okay. You can manage. You
Yeah.
can survive. But when you're with a family,
Yeah,
then you think about the wife, the baby.
yeah. There's a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
So it was all survival. So I worked with him, and then from then I stopped going to Cranbourne. Was then going down to the head office, which was in Epping.
Right.
So going there it's still easier. And over months, I just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, wow, this is good, right? Because it was, yes, it was a different field, different industry, but the whole gist of it was the same. Customer
Yeah.
service,
Yeah, the same.
customer satisfaction, right? And
Would you
that's-
say that the owner got the right gist from your CV?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah?
That's right.
He
And
had an eye then.
so it was all about that. And then when I got involved in it, I was like, it's the same thing, right? It's like marketing or advertising or any customer service job is
Right.
that the satisfaction you get when you see a smile on the customer's face, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So then that's something that I've been trained for,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And I just fell in love with it, right? Started working there, then moved, you know, and then kept looking for opportunities, right?
Of
I
course.
didn't stuck in one place, you know, moved.
You gotta
And
go.
then finally, I got in one of the big buildings in CBD, right? Finally, right?
Tell me the feeling of that first day.
It was the best feeling, right? I'm telling you, I just felt so good, you know, getting off the tram, right, and walking to the thing. I literally took pictures, video.
Yeah.
You know, so my wife was like, see, I told you, right? So that day I realized, I was like, see, if you set your mind to something,
Yeah.
right, it's not far-fetched, right? Dreams do come true,
Manifestation.
right? And dreams do come true, right? You just have to work hard, right?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
And I worked hard. I worked my ass, you know. I got, you know, typical, you know, I had, you know, bosses who were, sometimes they were,
Brutal.
obviously, you know, yeah, they are. And then that's how we were. And back home, it was more brutal, right?
Yes.
Still
yes.
here, people were still a bit in the decent vibe.
I know.
Right?
And coming from the media industry, you know
Right?
how brutal bosses and directors can
But
be
it-
there.
The
it
problem
helped.
is over there, they're bosses.
Yes.
Over here, everybody's trying to become a leader than a boss.
Yes, right?
So that's why they're not that
Right.
brutal, you know.
Yeah, and then, you know, and then just worked, right? Had failures, that's fine, that's part of life,
Yeah.
right? You know, had failures at work, normal, right?
What kept
I
you going,
learned.
though?
I just learned from mistakes, right?
But
And
what kept you going through all
it's
that?
just I just fell in love with the industry,
Yeah.
right? I just fell in love with it. It's just like, you know, back home when I was doing advertising, I just fell in love with it. I just fell in love with it in finance, you know. It's just talking to people, learning new things, right? The new experience, because every customer, every client that I deal with, they've got a different situation,
Yeah,
right? On the surface, we all look right, all right. We are, you know, we're working from 9 to 5. We've got, we can buy houses and investments and everything. But everyone's got a different story
Yeah.
behind them, right? It's talking to them, you know, listening to them, right? It's all about listening to your client's needs, right?
Right.
Understanding what they want rather than me forcing them what they have to do. Is like, tell me what you want.
Right.
Yeah.
First, tell me
Yeah, 100%.
what do you want to do with your life, or with your retirement, with your strategy, right?
Yeah.
And
What are
let's
your
work it
goals,
out,
right?
right?
And the thought of just changing someone's, at least one person's life, and you were doing it on a daily basis.
I was, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what kept me going, right?
And that's what I'm thinking is, look, with marketing, advertising, media, those are all creative fields.
Yes.
But people don't know. Look, now you know, I'm in the field, I know. People don't know that this real estate or finance, these are all creative fields as well.
It is, I
Because you
agree.
got to be creative to find solution to the
You have
problem
to.
that the client's having.
It's just, it is creative. And that's what I've learned.
Yes.
It's creativity comes in different forms,
Yeah.
right? And you just use your creativity, your experience, and everything in this industry, and you work, right?
You were such a philosopher today. Wow.
I know.
Yes,
I know.
it's all creativity. I thought let's take it on a lighter note. It's all, people don't understand these finances and.
I know. Before he starts throwing us roomies
Yeah, I know.
quotations now,
Look, that's what I said. People don't know. If you don't know, you
you
don't
don't know, right?
See, I was telling in the previous episode also,
Yeah.
I've trained him well, right?
Yeah, you have, right? Well trained, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I can see that in you as well.
Of course, See, we all are trained, right? So we all have to be trained by someone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we all have masters, so we do, right? So there's no shame in that, right? So that's how my journey started. From one place to another place, and then finally 2022,
COVID.
yeah, COVID
Just after
was
COVID.
crazy. Just after COVID,
Just
after COVID,
yeah.
right? I was working with this firm. I was the head of broker there, right? It was a startup business.
Yeah.
I was helping them start up the business, getting the business built up and everything. Stayed there for a year, right? In a year's time, I came home again to my wife. I was like, that's it. I was like, I want to do something on my own,
Yeah.
right? She's like, no. She was like, it's too late to take a risk. I was like, nah. Right? I was like, I believe in myself. As long as
Yeah.
you believe in myself, right? There's no problem,
Yeah.
right? I was like, yes, we'll hit a roadblock, right? Starting your own business is going to be a struggle. I was like, we'll go back to the same struggle that we did 8-9 years back.
Yes.
But, that's fine. Kids are grown up, it's going to be struggle. We'll have issues, but let's do it. So she was a bit hesitant in the start, but then, and then I was highly motivated, right?
Yeah, like-
I was
Nice.
like, I want to do it no matter what, right?
Okay.
So I threw in my resignation there.
Oh, so you were like, I want to start straight away.
Straight away. I didn't even blink an eye. I was like, I want to do it now, right? So,
And what
pretty much-
got you, before we go ahead, what got you to, you're like, nah, I want to do just, I don't want
What
to
was that trigger point?
Yeah, what was that trigger point? That, look, I want to start my own,
well, the trigger point was,
let's be honest, yeah. Like, yeah, let's do it.
the honesty was like, I was making other people too rich, right?
Good job. Good
Right?
job.
Yeah, because the thing was, the hard work that I was putting in and the effort I was putting in,
Yeah.
right? It was just, end of the day, you're doing it, but you're doing it for someone else,
That's
Yeah.
true.
Right?
Yeah.
and I've been working all my life, right,
Yeah.
under someone, right? I didn't have in the start, there were moments where I always thought I want to do something. I just didn't have the guts for it, right?
Right.
The stomach for it,
Yeah.
right?
Fair enough.
Because I had so much of responsibilities, kids, fees, mortgage, and all the stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that something was holding me back,
Yeah.
right? But at that moment, at that time, and this was September, right? I don't know what happened, right? I resigned from there.
Yeah.
I booked a holiday in Warrnambool. Right? I went there for 1 week.
Okay.
Right? And just to fresh my mind, I was like, this is, and my wife was like, if you're starting on, you're spending all your money here. I was like, I need something to refresh myself.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Went there, came back, so I called my accountant. I was like, you've got 1 week. I want this set up, everything done, right?
Okay.
And when everything was set up, the name and everything. Well, we'll come to the name also and how the
Yeah.
name came.
That was,
So,
that
yeah.
was the question I'm waiting for.
So everything was set up, the account was done. And to my wife, I was like, I'm doing it. Right? She's like, on what basis? I was like, on my basis, right? I was
Right.
like, I'll find work. Right?
Were you
Find a
scared,
way.
Shamir?
Of course. I'm still scared. See,
Yeah.
it's a new business. My business is 1.5 year old.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Right.
It takes a while for the business to grow. I'm still scared. Right? There's not a single minute that I don't think about it.
Yeah.
What's going to happen, right? There were days in the past months where business was down, slow,
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
where I had to jump on Seek and see if I could find a job, right? There are moments there, right? But then
So
there's
you had that moment when you
Of
were like,
course.
look, this is, because we had that. We had that moment that the business was slow in the start. It wasn't running. We gave ourselves an
Yeah.
ultimatum. Like, look, December is what, till December we're going to try.
yeah,
If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we're going to go out, get a full-time job.
yeah.
So did that happen to you? That moment did come to you?
Yes, I did, and I got a job also.
As well? Did you?
Yeah, I did. I got a good job, decent pay, everything. But then, you know,
So after starting Mango Financial.
yeah. I did get a job. There were days, you know, I applied. You know, I was panicking. Right?
Ah,
Yeah.
It's just panic. It's just human behavior. That's what happens,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
With so much of responsibility, you get stressed out. Who's going to pay the bills, right?
I'm still stressed out.
Right?
Yeah.
I am every minute.
It's an entrepreneur's,
I got the job, went for the interview,
Yeah.
and you know, but then I just realized I was like, nah. I was like, I don't want to be a quitter, right?
Yeah.
I want to push hard, right?
Yeah.
Pushed. I'm still pushing, right? And I'll be pushing this for as long as I've got the business,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Pushing, and that's what we need to do. We just don't need to. We need to realize this. Just believe in yourself.
But I think, you know, like you said, you applied for a job, you got it, you went for the interview. I think sometimes you need that assurity that, okay, if it's not this, it is, something is there. I
See,
still have it in me.
Yeah, you have. It's always good to have a reality check every
Oh,
now and then,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I do that every week with myself, right? I stand in front of the mirror,
Yeah.
and I do a reality check with myself, right? And is I've got this in my office. I've got this figure with the middle finger up, right? And I keep it there for myself, right?
Yeah.
Just to tell me and look at it and saying, nah, you can do better,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What you're doing right now is not good enough,
Yeah.
Right.
right? So we need that. We need to have that reality check.
Oh, yeah.
Around my office, around my house, I've got things like this that give me reality check every now and then. I've placed small things that every time I look at it, it makes me, you know, say, right, reality check, Shahmir, you can do better, right?
Yeah.
And we are, right? See, we keep doing it, we keep pushing it.
It keeps you going, gives you pushing, yeah. Because obviously, at the end of the day, we were talking to the other person as well, and we were like, look, you need that motivation, you need that push, because at the end of the day, as a business owner,
Yeah,
that's a lonely ride.
yeah,
You're alone.
of course.
You don't have anybody to talk to. It's good that sometimes you have your wives, your partners that you can talk to, but most of the time people don't even have that. Or they don't
Wife,
have-
not wives.
Your wife.
Good job, Shahmir. I was going to catch that.
Don't get me in trouble.
Wife, that's it. Wife.
Do you see?
Not one person
Do
having
you-
multiple wives.
How many years have you been married?
We're going 16, 17 years strong.
Mashallah. It's only been almost 3 years in a couple of
Mashallah.
days. And that's why
Mashallah.
he's saying wives. You
I know,
understand?
because I
now?
get into trouble, right?
Your wife's not even here.
I know.
Why are you feeling like
You need to learn.
I'm learning.
These are learning curves.
Shahmir is like a big brother to me. I'm always learning.
Right? This is how well I've been trained. She was obedient to the master, right?
I think I need to revise the training a bit.
Yeah. So,
Now I'm still going, you know.
Yeah.
You're on level 10, I'm
Yeah.
on level 5. Right now.
You'll get there, you'll
upgrading,
get there,
still
right?
improving. You've got like 16, 17 years, is it?
Yes, I've known her for 18 years and been married for 17 years now. Yeah.
Look, I'm not far. I'm just 15 years short.
Yeah. I might have I might even have the dates wrong, but that's fine, right? So years will be more, but you know, it is going strong, right? Which is good, right?
Plus minus.
Yeah. See, and that's that's keeps you pushing, right?
100%.
And coming back to the name,
Yes,
Yes.
why?
Why
Right.
Mango Financial?
because I sat down, I spent days and days, right,
Yeah.
to find a name.
Yeah.
Right now, being a marketing guy, advertising guy, your name is your brand.
Yes.
Right?
That's true.
If I wouldn't have that experience, I would have kept any name. Right.
Right.
Now, with that experience, everything comes with a background story.
Right.
The color has to make a difference. The logo has to make a difference. Everything has to be something that stands out.
Yeah.
Right?
And everything has to be a story. It needs to have a
That's
story.
right. Right.
And you become more critical, I
Yes,
think.
right. So I kept on searching for names, and then the names were not available. Then I went on to the list of cryptos. Right?
Cryptos,
Yeah, whatever names they've got. I started searching their names and saying, "Oh, there's some really good, innovative, creative names there." Right?
Yeah.
Started there. Spoke to a friend. He's told one good name from the crypto, right?
Right.
For his finance company, right? So I tried looking for them. I could not find them. That was not available as a business name, right? And So I was angry, you know, I was frustrated and everything. I can't find a name, you know, and I would go to my wife and she would just, you know, say a name. And I was like, nah. I was like, I need a ring to it. It needs to click, right? And I want people to ask me why this name, right? And that's what I want, right? There has to be a question why, right? So we were just sitting, and my older son, he was having mangoes at that time, right? Right. And I was
that is so Shahmir.
right. So yeah, he was having mango that time, and I was pissed and I was angry, right? And I was blowing up, right? And my son was just eating their mango, and he's like, "Why don't you name it Mango?" And I was like, "Mango." I was like, "I like that," right? Within a second, I was like, "Thank you, son." Right? I went there, typed in the name, available. I was like, "Boom, Mango Financial Group."
You know, Shahmir, I was expecting a nice,
I was-
deep
with
story.
the way
you created
the way I
this.
created it, that's what I'm saying. I contradicted myself, right? The way I created, and this is a story, right? This is a story. Someone was having a mango.
But
And-
look, I did not expect that.
That-
What I was thinking was, look, people who know Urdu is like Mango Financials, Arum Financials, Arum Janta,
Right?
Mango people.
And I joke around with people, right? When the clients would ask me, right? I was like, see, you know, being a Pakistani background and as like mango financial, you know, just in case if the financial business doesn't work, I can start wholesaling of mangoes.
You can just remove the financial and the Mango group.
Ironic, just 2 days back, we were in the car, and out of nowhere, we started talking about your company, right? We're like, why did Shahmir bhai named his company as Mango Financials? I'm like, you know what would have happened, Arshad? He must be sitting one day, he would be like, I want to name my company Mango.
Yeah.
I'm going to do.
I saw him, he might have seen the mango, and you're like, mango it is.
And this is exactly what has happened to
Because
me.
see, being in advertising,
We
and
started to know you now.
yeah, because that's what happened, right? See, and this is how I built my story. You know, I wanted something deep and everything. It's like I just got for some was having mango. I was like, he just suggested, it's like because at that minute, right, at that second, it just clicked, right? And that's what you want. It just clicked, and it just felt so much better. The name, right?
Yeah.
And then when I went to search for it, there's so many other companies now called Mango. Right? I was not the only one, right? Which I was shocked, right? And I was like, all right. I was like, I won't be the only one. And just named it. Like, you know, back home, when back in Pakistan, when I wanted to try to do my production house and everything, the name I was thinking at that time was so weird, like Mendak. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Like meaning frog, right? And this kind of name, right? You wanted something creative, something different, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Something easy, but that.
Chupkali and, you know, lizards and everything. So we couldn't have that obviously for the finance group, right? So it was just, that's the story, right?
Yeah, thank God you didn't have it. Like, otherwise it would have been like Frog Financial.
Right? You never know,
You
right?
never know, you never know. Anyways, he's planning to, do a film and everything,
Right.
and you never know. The film is named Mendak.
Yeah, Mendak.
So that'd be a really nice name, though.
Yes. We need to
That's
talk.
it. Right?
Mendak.
So that's how the name came, right? With
But
all my
Shahmir,
vision and everything.
This your vision and everything.
Look, at the end of the day, it still has a story.
It has. This is a
Still has
story.
I enjoyed the story.
The way I built it up, see, that's you gotta, you know, the storytelling was good, right? And go boom, right? Oh, that was abrupt.
Shahmir, in all this time, he's still stuck.
See,
Well, it is what
art
it
of
is.
storytelling.
It is what it is.
And you guys were so keen. Oh my God, this guy is gonna give us the biggest story, the background.
I'm just laughing because just 2 days back we guessed this is what you've done,
Of
and
course.
we were joking. He goes like, "I'm sure Shahmir bhai has done that." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure he's done that."
Yeah, like, but look. I mean, how much we know Shahmir right now, Shahmir bhai?
Spontaneous.
This would have been the reason.
and I'm very spontaneous with a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, even for holidays, I'll just come one day and say, all right, I've booked tickets and let's go, right? And there's a big chaos in my house, right? I was like, we don't want to go there. I was like, who cares? I was like, I want to go there.
The tickets are booked.
Yeah,
anyway,
tickets are booked. I want to go there. And my wife was telling me the other day, saying, you know, you always go to places that you want. I was like, yeah, okay. I was like, but you enjoy it, don't you? She's like, yeah. I was like, then let's not complain about it, right? Right? So we got to do that, right? Spontaneous is good in life, right? It just, again, it's more on a reality check again. Right?
It gets you going.
I don't want to be monotonous, right? I don't want to be that guy that, you know, you just got to do it.
Plan a year ahead.
There are more important things to plan. Yes, things that need planning, we plan, right?
But travel, I think spontaneous are better.
Traveling and naming your,
Business.
even the kids' names are all spontaneous, right?
Bro, it took us a while.
It took us 9 months.
9
months? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it took with all my kids. My wife was planning for 9 months. This name, and when I see it, like name this spontaneously, keep it like this.
You were like, should we name this? I'm like, nah.
Right?
Then should we name this? She's like, nah. Nah. There were like 3-4 names which we decided. We were like, okay, we're going with that. We told our parents everything. They were like, yeah, the names are good, everything. Next day we went back to them. We were like, nah.
No, we can't be
it's
that.
just not clicking. Nah.
But in all this spontaneousness, Shahmir, with all the lightheartedness, what is that one thing that keeps you going? Like there are times, you hit the road. And what actually brings, what is something that you can say that brings me up again, or I motivate myself like that?
What gets you up in the morning?
Wow, that's a deep question.
And you were calling me philosophical, huh?
Right? That's a very deep. See, again, coming back, if I'm helping my clients, right, to find them a strategy, right, and helping them either if they're first home buyers, helping them to get into their first home. That's what keeps me going, right? The joy, the feeling, right? We've all seen that, right? When you come here, right? If you're an immigrant, building your first house it's like a dream.
Yes,
right?
It's an emotional roller coaster.
It's an emotional roller coaster. Everything is different, right?
Yes.
And when you get that, the happiness, the joy that comes when you get the key, when you walk into your house, right? That's what keeps me going, right? And if it's in someone who's wants to think about retirement, right? And how to leave a legacy behind for the family, for the kids, right? Helping them, right? Achieve their goals is what keeps me going, right? I think that's the biggest motivation for now, right? Is helping clients reach, getting their goals, financial goals and financial needs.
And personally, for you, what keeps you going personally, and where do you want to go? Where are you heading?
Head upwards, all right. Oh, see, at this stage, there's a lot of
personally, because I'm talking about those personal goals.
See, personal goals,
if you want to talk about your personal goals.
Personal goals, right? See, personal goals, there's a lot of personal goals. Right?
Apart from six packs and all that stuff,
that's not gonna happen.
that's not going to happen.
I tried. I got this close to it. I got 2 packs and I was like, too hell, it's too much work, right? So
two is a small number. I should have a family.
And then as Garfield says, I'm not fat. This is just my muscles relaxing.
Yes.
Right? So my muscles are just relaxing, right? So
relax muscles.
Relax muscles.
Hey, you don't listen to this, okay? You
I'm not fat.
Right?
My muscles are just
relax, right? So see, obviously, health is very important, right?
Yes.
Because if you've got a healthy body, you've got a healthy mind, right? Which should happen, right?
But look, it's hard. It's hard for.
It is hard. See,
people like
the
us.
stress. I think our jobs is very stressful. It's a very stressful job, right? Any job, any field you're in, right? You're a stage where you have responsibilities, right? Towards the clients, it is stressful.
As a business owner, generally it's very stressful.
It is very stressful.
Like we were discussing earlier also, 9 to 5 is hard, but being a business owner or an entrepreneur is harder.
It is. It is hard because
it's a non-stop job.
You need to have that level of service, right? I've got clients calling me at 10:30 at night. Right?
We were sitting last night. What time? 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Midnight.
We were playing pool.
Before pool. Before.
Hey.
Yo, I can.
No, we worked.
We worked. Yeah.
We worked like yeah.
We worked.
What time did I come there? 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we
worked at that time.
Yeah, we worked at that time, and then
before pool. Pool was good though. I enjoyed it.
We got to talk.
What?
I was making Alara sleep while you were playing pool.
We can get a pool there if you want.
Right.
Okay. Anyways, no.
So there's a personal goals. A lot of personal goals.
Yeah.
Right. I'm still far away from that.
Yeah.
Right. There's still more work to do, more hard work to put in.
Yeah.
right? We'll get there, right? Where I want to see myself in the next coming years is just a well-established business,
Yeah.
right? Helping more clients,
Yeah.
right? Helping more clients get into their houses, their strategies, exit plans, and everything.
Yeah. Let me do a parody of one of the shows. I'm not going to name it, but Shahmir, you'll understand. And then what will you do after that?
Retire.
When do you want to retire?
I don't know. Well,
Is it
Oh.
early retirement plan?
that's what the plan is.
Yes.
Right. Early retirement.
I think
know.
everybody should.
Early retirement, but
Maybe
at this
build
stage
up
seems
the
a bit
business.
hard,
Yeah.
right?
Build up the business.
Build up the business.
And then get out of the business.
Yeah, I see. I would not. I've been thinking about it. Get out of the business now. If I build it, I want to stay involved in it, right?
No, I mean-
because the more involved you are, because I want that personal touch,
Yeah,
right?
fair
Right.
enough.
Fair enough.
I'm old school, right?
Yeah.
I want everything to have a personal touch, right?
Right.
I don't want to be, a business where, it's hard to reach me, right?
Where
I
it's all
want- yeah,
transactional.
right?
Yeah.
I want that personal touch. I like that personal touch, right?
Yeah.
With I've got clients who are like, my best mates now, right?
Yeah.
And I talk to them, meet them.
And I think communication is your forte.
Yes.
You have that thing.
You need
of-
to build that relationship,
Yeah.
right? And I always say, every client that I meet and get introduced to, and I always say, see, yes, the transaction is separate. What I believe in building relationships,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
I was like, if you build a healthy relationship, that's what matters in the end of the day,
That goes a long
right?
way.
Whether you do business with me or you don't, right?
Yeah.
It's a relationship that matters, right?
They should remember you in good words.
Right. Good words, and I'm always here.
Yeah.
Pick up. I'm just a phone call away.
Yeah.
Give me a call. You got, even if it's the slightest, you think it's the most stupidest thing ever,
Yeah.
just give me a call and ask me, right?
Yeah.
It's not that, even if it's late in the night, fine. If I'm available, I'll pick up the call. And I've been talking to one of our clients at 12:30 at night, right, to help him sort out an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's life, and
Yeah.
I don't want to make that a habit, but right.
Yeah.
But still,
But sometimes it's alright.
it is, right? I believe in having a personal touch in everything, right? Now, I do think about it, get involved in it and get out of it. I don't think so. That's
Maybe
me.
not, yeah.
That's not me. That's
Yeah.
not me, right?
You still want to be involved.
I
in
want to be
day-to-day
involved in
and
everything. I still
transaction.
want to keep doing what I'm doing right now, meeting clients,
Yeah.
meeting them, talking to them, listening to them, right? And I think that's going to happen for a long time now, right? Even
It's
if
a very
I'm,
different approach that I've heard today.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
Everybody says we want to get out of the business, get out of the business.
Look, like me as well. I mean,
Yeah.
me too. We're like, look, we want to build up the business.
Yeah.
And then we still want to be involved in the business. Not like, we still want to be involved in the business, but instead of working in the business, we want to work on the business.
Yeah.
So instead of working on in the day-to-day operations and stuff like that, we want to work on the brand strategy.
But
brand
I like
growth,
because
scaling.
your thing is very different, but I like how you're thinking.
Yeah.
It's very
Because it's, and I've been thinking, we spoke about this last
Yeah.
time also, right? And he asked me the same question, and I thought about it. I was like, see, getting out means I'm just, then I'm just overlooking it. Right?
yeah.
I'm not gonna get that motivation, right? Right now, what wakes me up in the morning, or is that
Yeah.
I've got a client meeting.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
have
good.
to meet,
Yeah.
right? And that's something that's not gonna go. I think no matter how much I tell myself I want to get out of it, I'll be more and more sucked into it.
That's
right?
interesting, actually.
Because I like
You
that.
like it,
I like
yeah,
the I like the
yeah.
interaction,
Yeah,
right?
fair
Yeah.
enough.
Right? Yes, I've got 2 brokers working for me now, right?
Yeah.
They've got their own gig going on,
Yeah.
right? But that's fine, And if it comes to day-to-day transactions and working on the business, I think, we can do everything at the same time. We can do everything.
both, yeah.
You can do both, right?
you can
You can do both.
Yeah.
There are so many successful businessmen who do day-to-day transactions and work on their business.
100%.
It's all about management,
Yes.
right? Discipline, right? If you discipline yourself, which I need to discipline myself a bit more, right? Still a long way to go. Right?
working on it.
Right, still working on it. But when you're disciplined in, right, then it's easy, all right? But that's something that I see myself doing this for a long term.
Shahmir, listening to how passionate you
Yeah.
are regarding this field and your own business, Do you regret starting your own business so late?
Yes,
Yes.
every single day.
Why is that?
I should have done this long time back. I should have done this at least 5 years back.
Don't you think the experience has helped you and formed you more, or 5 years before you were ready?
The experience has helped. Hey, experience was always there, right?
Right.
Obviously, things I learned more and more
Right.
because I was working very intensely with other groups, right? Other
Right.
places, and it was
Right.
very intense, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
I had that. It was just that. See, age is something that I can't control, right? Time, right?
Time.
I'm not gonna get any younger
Yeah.
every year that passes by, right? And if I would have done this a couple of years back, right, it would have been more energetic, more dynamic, and it would
Yeah.
have been different, right?
Yes.
And that's, see, I'm not saying it 100%, right? But something that I think about, right? Saying, I should have done this long time back,
Yeah.
you know, but still, starting at that time also right now, it's okay, right?
Because that was the right time, maybe.
Could be, right? See, everything has a time.
Yeah.
There's
But
a
you
time
always
and place for
think,
everything,
right?
Always think. It's just very natural to think about these things, right?
I've never heard somebody who started a company said that, look, this was the right time. They always said that, look, I wish I would have started 2 years,
It's very-
3 years,
yeah.
4 years, 5 years ago.
Because, as I said, you know, you're not getting any younger,
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
right? And that's what if I meet new young people who want to be brokers, that I tell them, right?
Yeah.
Say, do it now,
Yeah.
right? You struggle is going to be either way, this way or that way.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
Right?
100%.
So you might as well just struggle on your own thing, right? And see, right? And start doing it,
Because you're working, you're hustling, you're putting your time anyways. It's
Yes.
good for yourself.
right?
When you came to Australia, it has been hard, struggles and everything. Do you, like for us, we go back and whenever we are stressed out, right? Or whenever things are not going fine, we always think back to the points where we were really down, right? Mentally, emotionally, financially. And then we just come back and we're like, thank God, you know, and that just picks us up. Is there a memory that you keep telling yourself or reminding yourself and that just tells you that, no, it's okay,
Or I don't want to go there back.
you know?
See, there are a lot of moments like that,
Yeah.
right? There are a lot of moments like that where, you know, you've had that situation, and whether it happens in everyone's life, right?
Yeah.
It's a very natural behavior, right?
Yeah.
So there are moments where you think, you know, yes, you know, we're sorry.
Who
and
brings you up,
right?
yourself or your wife?
See, yes, she does. She helps me a lot, right? Big motivation in my life. I'm going to go more philosophical here, right? The thing is,
Do this.
and there was someone that I saw, you know, a public speaker, motivated speaker. It was something a couple of years back, and that thing really, you know, stuck with me. It says that, you know, when we're stressed, depressed, and anxiety, and all those issues, which is very normal for every human
Yeah.
being, right? What we tend to do is we, you know, if we go into depression, right,
Yeah.
then we block out every single thing in life, right? And it's like what you need to do is when you go into depression, find a solution, because anything that is man-made has a solution,
Yeah, that's true.
right? Anything that is man-made can be conquered,
Yeah.
in simple
Yeah.
plain words, right? So if you've hit a roadblock, rather than, you know, being sad about it, depressed about it, find a solution. They always. So that's what I've been applied in my life, you know, for the last couple of years. Is
Find a
there's a solution for every single roadblock, right? And I've found solutions, right? And if I'm depressed or stressed or anxiety for personal reasons, business reasons, I don't go around the house and sit in the corner and, you know,
And mope around.
yeah, I don't do
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
And I don't do that, right? I walk around. If it's there, it's internal, right?
Yeah.
I work, I think,
Yeah.
solutions, and they come up. Sometimes it takes a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sooner or later.
Sooner or later, you
It
find,
come
right?
up. The solution does come
Right?
up. Yeah, 100%.
And I'm not sort of a guy, even in my house, right? I don't bring my stress into the house. I don't, right? I don't bring my stress in the house. I don't tell my stress, my issues, everything into the family, because
Yes.
it's not their fault.
But that's
Yeah.
not for you then.
It is.
Yeah.
But then that's why you need to train yourself to find the solution.
Yeah.
So once you find the solution, life is,
Everything's okay.
everything is
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
We all go through that moment.
Yeah.
Every now and then. It's not that it's occasionally. It's very
Yeah.
frequent
Yeah.
in today's environment, right?
Oh, definitely.
Right. So either it could be personal, it could be business related, or anything, right? There's distant family issues, whatever issues, right?
Yeah.
Solution. And that's what I believe in, right? Find a solution, and you'll always find a solution. And there's perfect.
Nice
Right?
mantra.
Yeah.
Right?
And I believe in that to the core of my, right?
Yeah.
Find
I
a
believe,
solution.
yeah. Instead of
Sitting down, crying about
Yeah,
it, or
there's no
thinking,
point.
thinking, just think to find a solution.
because what happens, right? I've seen, see, it is sad reality. Depression, anxiety. These are real things.
Yes.
They are real things, right?
It's very
Right?
real.
These are real things. It's not that we all at some time of life go through it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I went through it during COVID, right?
Really?
There were moments where I went into that phase, right? And I was just sitting in the room, just blocking out myself, right? And I think that's where I realized that just because of me going into the room and blocking myself out,
Yeah.
I'm not only, destroying myself, but I'm destroying everyone around me,
Yeah.
right? And they were, this was like for weeks, 10, 15 days, I was into that phase. And then suddenly I just got up, I just, sat, did a reality check with myself. I was like,
Yeah.
pull yourself together,
Yeah.
get out of the room, right? And do the right thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't look back then, right?
Hats off to you.
Yeah,
then.
I didn't.
It takes courage to
Yeah,
do that.
Yes.
See, it takes courage.
Not
See,
everybody is able to do it. Not everybody
I spoke to my GP, he got me booked in with a,
Consultant.
consultant and
Counselor
everything,
and all
counselor, everything. I didn't go. I was like, I don't need your help, right? If I can fix it myself, say it's all here.
Oh, everything. Yeah.
Everything is in here,
Yeah.
right? It's all about the mind and how you train your mind, right? You got to do it, right? Because you got to not only think about yourself, you got to think about the people who are attached to you.
But
right?
at the same time, look, you did it yourself because your mind was strong enough, or you made your mind strong enough, or you trained your mind to do that. Not everybody can do
No,
it themselves.
it's not.
So I feel like I think it's not bad to take help.
No, 100%.
I mean, if
if
you need
anyone,
help, take help.
it's always take help, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in a big favor of that. I've had people around me, friends around me who've gone through this situation,
Yeah.
right? And they couldn't come out of it. Take help,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There are help out there, right? We are blessed to be in a country where there's help
Yeah.
easily available,
Yes.
right? Take help, right? Not everyone can. It's not easy. See, it's not that it happened like that. It took me a while,
Yeah, no,
right?
100%.
Yeah.
And
obviously.
And every human is different.
every human is different, right?
Right.
And there are moments that I still, want to. It's like a black hole. It sucks you
Yes.
in, right?
Yes.
Even right now, I do get sucked in every
Yeah.
now and then,
Yes.
but I just push myself out because what I've done is now I put my family's priorities above me,
Yeah.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So anything that comes and I say, this is my priority, right?
Yeah.
So it's more like
Guarding
guarding
it.
them,
Yeah, guarding
right?
them.
So
Yes.
it's a very sort of a thing, I want to do that, right? So
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that, it's life, right? It happens, right?
But it's a good thing. Like, I mean, if somebody's listening to us, even if they are in a situation, first of all, take help. If not,
Yeah.
but this is such a good advice to put your loved ones as your priority.
course.
That helps you so much when you are
And that
stuck in
gives you a push,
situations.
yeah? That gives
Yes.
you a push to get
Motivation.
out of whatever hole you're
That's the
in right
biggest
now.
Yes.
motivation,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And that's the biggest motivation, I think, for anyone with a good, family.
Sometimes the motivation is not that big.
What happens?
The tiny motivation.
It happens, right? Something that's small can,
Dynamite.
Good
Yeah.
things come in small packages,
Yeah.
you know.
Right?
Yeah, but you're right. You're right, 100%.
And the training needs to continue. Yeah,
I
you're
was
right.
about to say something that I thought it's not the right thing to say on the camera right now, but right?
But we're all years, Shahmir. We're all years after.
So yeah, that's my story.
I'm sure there's a lot more, and we will
course.
keep on
Right.
making you sit here and
Right.
slowly
Anytime.
and gradually
Anytime.
making you deeper and deeper. But Shahmir, before we wind this amazing episode up, what are the few things that you go by in life And if somebody is listening to you at the moment, are the things that you would say, they should carry on with?
Or I think to make it easier, make the question easier, somebody who is in your situation when you started the business, or somebody is in your situation when you started this whole Australia journey, what would you tell them?
Believe in yourself, dreams come true. That's it.
Big
I-
word for that.
I think it couldn't be simpler than that.
Simple. Right?
Yeah.
Just believe in yourself.
Dreams do
Right?
come true.
Dreams do come true. You just have to work hard for it.
Yes.
You have to believe in yourself, right?
100%.
Of course.
100%. Without that, nothing
Right.
happens.
Right.
If you're sitting on one place and you're like, dreams do come true.
Yeah,
dreams do
It's
come
like
true.
my older one is like, it's my dream to buy one of, I don't know, he was looking at some massive car, Bugatti or something, the most expensive
The
one.
Bugatti,
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, you can.
Yeah, work
Right.
for it.
It's like, nah. I was like, the moment you say no, you
It's
can't do
not-
anything.
Yeah.
You can't even buy a small Toyota then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I
That's
feel
true.
that.
I was like, don't say no. I don't like listening to no's. Right? I
Mm.
don't believe in no's. Right? And I've made that very clear in my house to my kids. I was like, no. Right? Say yes.
No.
Right. Always say yes. Yes will find you a way and a solution.
Yeah.
I think this is what my podcast title should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll find you a way and a solution.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the moment you say no, you've literally 90% mentally prepared yourself that it's not going to happen. It's a
Yeah.
failure.
100%.
Right?
Like we were talking the other day, so because we're going to Pakistan, and we're booking some guests over there
Yeah.
as well for a podcast. Some
Nah, no.
Yeah. So I was like, look, Anna, we'll book him. We'll try to talk to him. He's like, nah, why would they come to us?
Yeah.
They're the big names. Or whatever. It's like,
Don't say no.
don't say no.
Don't say no.
Let
Always
me,
ask.
Let me at least contact them. Up, yeah.
Before we end, I'll tell you a small thing that happened to me. This was in my initial years of work. Event management, right? My qualification was on event management, right? But I went to the interview. The guy asked me something about some sort of a thing, right?
Yeah.
And it was a very theoretical thing, book, whatever it is, right? And I said yes. Right? I was like, I know it, right? And he's like, you sure? I was like, yeah, no problem, right? Got the job. And then I stressed because that thing, I had to do it, right? I then spoke to everyone about it, right? I learned that thing, right?
Yeah.
I got, I trained myself for that thing, right?
Right.
And because I said yes, now I have to learn.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why for me, yes is very important because yes helps you to
Take
learn
that
new
step.
things,
Yeah.
Yes.
It helps you grow. Yeah. It
helps
you
you grow. So when you say yes, right, back of it, even if I don't know, I have to do something to
To prove.
prove that I know this. Help, yes, always, and I tell my kids, always say yes.
Start
Right?
with the yes.
Yeah, but then again, it's hard.
Nothing easy.
always comes from them. There's always no, everything, right?
Kids will be
Right, I
kids.
was like, do you want an A grade? No. I was like, no, you don't say no, you say yes.
All right.
All right.
Then we'll end it over here on
Yes.
this note. On
Thank
nice-
you, Shahmir.
No, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
And
Right.
it was amazing talking to you.
Same here. Right?
All
Very
right.
good.
We went to a
Right.
little theoretical, little philosophical.
Yes.
and
Yes.
little everything. So that was fun. It was very nice. I loved it. All right.
All right. Until we meet you next time.
See you in the next episode. Thank you, Shahmir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Ciao.